Hey YouTube, Mike that Tankless guy here. How we all doing today? Hope we all had a safe and productive week. Alright, today I'm actually skipping ahead a few. I've had numerous questions about the Navi Circ valve, the thermal bypass valve. So I just want to quickly go over it and show you on this prop exactly what it's supposed to look like. So this is what you're going to get when you purchase a Navi Circ valve. Okay, the model number will be in the description below, but this is what you're going to get. It's a sealed box. You're going to get the Navi Circ in a plastic bag, and you're going to get an instruction booklet, and you're going to get 3 screws and 3 mollies. So it is a very simple installation. What you see here, what you'll find underneath a common sink, whether it be a kitchen sink or the farthest vanity sink like in the master bathroom. This is the actual piece. You can remove the ends to remove the actual valve to clean it, unlike other thermal bypass valves where if it gets clogged, you're going to throw it in the garbage. So this thing here is what you get, and you have 3 screws on this side and 4 screws on this side to remove and to clean the unit. There is 4 half-inch IPS taps, and you follow the instructions on here. You have on, I know my eyes are, you have your hot water in, and then hot water up to the sink, your cold water in, and your cold water up to the sink. So basically your hot water is going in, and your cold water is going to go in. Then these two are going to go up to the sink. This flat part, you see there's a flat part here, that has to go up against it. Be careful, you can switch it. So you got to watch, just read the markings on the pipe. You'll see here, it'll say hot in, hot out, cold in, cold out. And it has to sit flat up against the back of the cabinet, whether it be the kitchen or the vanity. So, what is it going to look like? Here is what you'll find. Your hot water, your cold water, your 2 speedies, the device, hot water in, cold water, and then up to the sink. That's the way it's going to look. Now, again, it can go in backwards. If you put it in backwards, you're going to be putting the actual feeds, the hot and the cold, into the side where you're supposed to be going up to the faucet. So just remember, the large 3-screw piece is going to the cold water side. But if you look really good on the actual piping, you will see the markings. Hot, cold, hot out, cold out. This is what's going up. Now, you cannot adapt half-inch female by 3/8 compression adapters. They will leak. No matter what we tried, even the ones with the washers in them, they're going to leak. You need to put in half-inch IPS by 3/8 compression speedies. Now, on the faucets that have the built-in speedies, like the Deltas, they have 3/8 built-in braided speedies or the black anti-burst. And if you look inside, there's a red and a blue ferrule in there. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to still get half by 3/8 speedies, but you're going to need to get compression unions. Here, with a 4-inch center set basin faucet, whether it be 2-handle or a single lever, a lot of the times they have half-inch IPS. So they'll fit right onto the top of the Navi Circ, because you're going to have half-inch IPS by half-inch IPS. But if you have the built-in speedies, you're going to have to use like 12-inch, half-inch IPS by 3/8 compression and use a compression union between the two. And then just coil it up nice and neat, throw 2 straps, be careful of where you're putting your screws. You don't want to drive screws into the water piping. You know, if it's on the 2nd floor, water's going to come up through the floor. Here in Florida, everything's in the slab, water comes up through the slab. If the house is repiped, everything could come down through the ceiling. So, just bear in mind. So you're going to get that Navi Circ, which, again, I'm the wall, I'm the back of the cabinet. Boom, this is me. That's the way it's got to face. Okay? Just read the little words on the actual IPS fittings. So you're going to get this in a bag, you're going to get a complete instruction sheet, and you're going to get screws and mollies, but most of the time through 1/4 inch back of a cabinet, you're going to be able to put this in. So this is what you're going to see, you're going to have, and this is what you got to turn it into. Then you set it would be the NPE model, so it would be that model over there. So it would be that model over there. That's the model, and the A2. So that's the unit that you're going to be putting it on. The one that's got the built-in recirc valve, the built-in pump. You're going to set that control, and we're going to go over that in future video, where you could set it at no recirc, intelligent, or timer, where you could set during times of day that you can do circulation. All right? Alrighty, so again, in the description below, I will have the model number, and you can purchase it through your local supply house with the unit. It is a separate purchase because you can have a dedicated return line, and you wouldn't need this. So if you have a dedicated return line, so a separate return line that's coming from the farthest fixture, you will not need this. This is only if you're going to retrofit a house that does not have a dedicated return line. All right? All right, YouTube? I hope you enjoy it. It's a quick video, but I just wanted to go over this because I've gotten a lot of questions on it. So this is exactly what you would see and how you would have this installed underneath the farthest sink, or again, the way I ask my customers. I don't say, what's your farthest fixture? I ask them, what is your most troublesome fixture? Because a lot of times they use the kitchen more. They're big cooks, they use the kitchen, and they wait 5-6 minutes for water. So they want it under the kitchen. 90% of the time it's going in the master. But the rest of the percentage of the time, we put it underneath the kitchen sink. Alrighty? Alright, YouTube. You all be safe out there. If you're interested in the training, or if you're interested in having a question, my email will be below. Email me, and I'll send you information on how the training would happen. All right? All right, YouTube. Again, thank you for all the likes, the subscribes, the comments. Hit the little bell. It'll notify you of my videos. I try to get one in every week. Just keep those questions coming. All right, YouTube. You'll be safe out there. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.